Okay, I'm back. Let me just make sure. Every time you push like a button, then it goes. So I want to make sure that I'm reading it, okay? Alright. A complete and utter disaster. You have no idea how much this will cost our family. You had a chance to secure the future for yourselves. And for your children and their children. You'll be very lucky to find a single man in the kingdom willing to court you after the display you gave tonight. And good riddance. What did you say? Mother, look, there's some commotion in the whole ballroom. I think someone important has arrived. Indeed, whoever that is, they can afford to be late, so I'm guessing it really has to be someone important. Nope, it's just old Cinderella. Everyone has gone silent. What is going on? Looks like we have a latecomer, but an interesting one at that. That is a mighty fine dress. Wait, is that... I think I know her. I don't applaud her lack of punctuality, but she certainly knows how to make an entrance. I wonder who she might be. I don't think punctuality is among the top qualities expected from a future queen. What about stunning looks? Not a prerequisite, but then again, neither is courage, and this one clearly has plenty of both. Watch out, my prince, she's coming. Good evening, your highness, and to you too, captain. Good evening, my lady. Now if you please excuse me, prince. Good evening, my lady. I have noticed you only just arrived. I hope you're not offended by my late arrival, prince. These halls are so magnificent and tastefully arranged that it would be a crime to disrupt their harmony by careless attire. Not at all, my lady. It often takes an outsider's perspective to make us realize the beauty we have grown accustomed to. Especially if it is tangled in memories not equally beautiful. I agree. From my experience, people tend to use beauty as a mask for pain. I guess fine halls are no exception. Neither is exquisite wardrobe. Look around you, my lady. The people you see, beautifully dressed and smiling radiantly, do you think they are happy? They remind me too much of my own family for me to risk claiming they are happy. Who would have suspected such a young and serene woman to have such painful experiences? Now, who would have suspected it from a prince? One would rather imagine him to lead a life of bliss. A sharp remark. Indeed, it can be blissful as long as it is ignorant. In truth, the monarch is a servant as much as a ruler. A crown or not, a king is just a man, equally dependent on circumstances and others' expectations like the rest of us. It raises an interesting question. Since the king and a commoner differ so slightly, shouldn't the people be allowed to rule themselves? I see you're quite the revolutionary. Did you secretly hope to overthrow me? Why no, there's nothing secret about it. Besides, rumour has it your highness is planning a revolution of sorts himself. I must admit, you are an intriguing woman, my lady. Very different from the rest of the people who came here today. They don't seem to be even slightly bothered by the masks they have to wear. I wonder if it's so because they wear them every single day as well. But you are different. You may be wearing a mask, but you speak to me plainly and honestly, risking being misunderstood or simply rejected. I can appreciate that, even if you did leave me a bit flabbergasted. You judge me very quickly, Prince. I can be many things, none of which I appear at this moment. During the last few days, I've learned that people are as complex as their motivations and agendas. But more importantly, we are all products of circumstances and surroundings. It would be easier to simply summarize others at first glance, have their actions justified with a simple because. But it would be false, as we can never really grasp what is inside them. I must admit, I find the dictum terrifying, as all of us are merely actors on some stage set out for us. Be it others or fate, being determined by things we can't control is frightening. I know it all too well. You speak of your family? I am. It isn't a light story, Your Highness. Definitely not a topic for a polite and charming conversation to make the time pass more pleasantly. I would like to hear about it, nevertheless, if I am not asking for too much. Please tell me about your family, my lady. How can I refuse you, my prince? Well, my mother died in labour, bringing me into this world. My father eventually remarried a woman who already had 2 daughters. He died soon after that, so now I live with a stepmother and her 2 daughters. That is strange. I've never heard of a noble house with 3 daughters, and no father. I recall one family of a widow with 2 daughters, though. How is it possible, lady? I mean, stepmother doesn't see me as one of her daughters. She allows me to stay in her house under one condition. I work as a servant for bed and board. Those who are familiar with the family know of my existence. As for others, I wouldn't be surprised if she told everyone she has 2 daughters and that is that. That's unbelievable. I did warn you about this topic. It isn't very entertaining. No, I'm glad you told me about it. It showed me how ignorant I still am, and how little I know about my own realm. Well, in that case, I'm glad you asked me about my life. Look at me babbling like a lunatic. You must be wondering whatever happened to royal manners. Forced you to speak about things which you must find painful during a ball. When we're supposed to be taking our minds off unpleasant things. Please allow me to make amends. Would you do me the honour? Oh, I'm not really a dancer. Don't worry, milady, I will show you. Alright, maybe I can learn something from you as well, my prince. Is this alright? You're doing fine, milady. This isn't as difficult as I expected. Not that I had expected to be dancing with you, my prince. And yet here we are. It feels very natural, too. Who knows, maybe it was fate that brought the 2 of us together. Fate? And what is it that really brought me here tonight? Do you truly believe it was some mystical force? I can imagine getting here must have been difficult for you, considering your situation. To put it mildly, yes, but I wouldn't call it fate, my friends. To the contrary, if it was up to fate, I'd be cleaning the dishes at this very moment. No, your highness, the only reason I'm here is because I do not believe in any force other than my own ability to influence the world around me. I choose to shape my life in any way that I can, and take responsibility for the consequences of my actions. Having it any other way is cowardice. I come into a latitude, my lady. This may not be the wisest thing to say at the moment, but I'll say it anyway. I consider myself lucky to have met you tonight, my lady. Luck or not, I'm glad as well. Very glad to be here with you, friends. Have I complimented your eyes already? Strange, I can't seem to remember. Neither can I. Let's assume you haven't. I can't get enough of looking into them. They have these amazing dancing sparks inside them that suit you more than well. They speak of wit and intelligence. Now I'm sure you haven't complimented my eyes. Please do continue. What else do you find attractive? Wait, why is she doing all this? I mean, she has Tobias. I can understand if she's trying to win him, but since we've decided to run away with Tobias, isn't it kind of silly to be doing all this flirting with him and stuff? A dance is a dance, and talking is talking, but she's getting a little too ahead of herself, you know what I mean? But okay. I will then. I adore watching your lips as well. They move so gracefully when you speak, as if conveying a promise. And what promise have you read from them? I dare not say it. Let's move on. Your neck. Skip the neck, Prince. What about my chest? Chest is not the word I'd use. And what word would you prefer? I think we should get to know each other before we switch to a more colloquial vernacular. I'd love to get to know you better, my lady. You will have your chance, my prince, if you're persistent enough and constant in your mission. But we tend to undervalue things we achieved effortlessly. Let me give you an obstacle, my prince. You may thank me later. You really are incredible, my lady. And you wouldn't have it any other way, my lord. Good night, and thank you for this unforgettable evening. He's gonna come knocking at the door, and she's gonna be like, I don't want to marry you, I have my man Tobias. Mother, is that... Well, I'll be. Cinders? Camosa, girls, are you enjoying the ball? I certainly am. Demons take me, aren't you a clever little creature, my dear Cinders? Not only did you somehow manage to get here... Look at that dress! Yes, I can see it. Thank you, Gloria. You also had a little dance with the prince, who clearly took an interest in you. You spoke with him like you were enjoying yourself. Which means you achieved more than either of my daughters, and you did it without my help. I'm impressed. You always underestimated me, Camosa. You failed to understand that if I put my heart into something, I can succeed at many things. You speak with adolescent bravado, and yes, you did succeed. You did very well. I was clearly mistaken about you. Cinders, you really were amazing. Yeah, no, not bad. Not bad at all. Thanks. So what are you going to do now? Got any more surprises for the evening? If you do, then please warn us in advance. Someone may have a heart attack. Surprises? What do you expect me to do? Let's head back home. I got what I wanted, right? Besides, these shoes are killing me. What are they even made of? Blast the thing. This left one had almost cut my skin. Let's see if I can send you flying over the wall, shall we? There, stay there. I'll be going now. Take care, ladies. There she went. Well, I'd say this has been an entertaining and a very educational experience. What do you think, Gloria? Yes, I think I did learn something about myself. All of us, actually. Would you agree, Mother? A mistake. Looks like someone has been just hit with the revelation. Too bad it wasn't sooner. Good evening, Lady Caruso. Ladies, I'm looking for Cinders. Do you know where I could find her? Lady? Cinders is not here, Captain. Could you tell us why you're looking for her? Royal orders. The Prince would like to have a word with her. Cinders has just left, Captain. She seemed to be in a hurry, too, as if trying to get back home before midnight. Funny, since Mother's here, and she wasn't supposed to be here at all. It isn't like she needs to make it before curfew or anything. If that lovely dress was as terrible as her shoes, maybe she just wanted to get back home and take it on as soon as possible? Her shoes? Yes, slippers. Very original design, too. She said they were awfully uncomfortable, and then threw one over the wall. The other one is still here on the ground. Slippers. Ooh. What is gonna happen? The prince shows up. Is it gonna ruin our chances with our boo? Oh man, we gotta read this part again. I don't really want to read this part again. We already read it. Ugh. Alright, I'll read it. I still can't believe she did it. I would never suspect. Of course, because everyone's as dim-witted as you are and never does anything out of the ordinary or unexpected. Oh yes, I'm sure you were able to foresee this precisely as it happened. Did you see it in tea leaves or read it in a children's book one afternoon while avoiding work and being useless as usual? I did entertain the thought she might do something like this, if you must know. But believe what you want, I don't care. I too suspected she might try to do something unthinkable. She was so secretive and compliant at times, I suppose it could point to an inevitable explosion. I just didn't expect she had it in her. Gloria, please, sometimes you sound like a cliché villain from a bad romance novel. Of course, if something's not twisted, weird, or shocking, we won't consider it honest. Not everyone is like you, Sophia. I know not everyone is. You're not. Though you try hard to be like Mother, enacting the same role, no matter the situation. Predictable, boring, stupid. But you're not Camosa, remember? You do not lead, you mindlessly follow, and it shows. Shut up, you! Open up. Open up in the name of the prince. It's him. Why did he have to come? And in the middle of the night? Well, the wonders never cease. I guess this night of change is not over yet, just as your ridiculous cliché impersonations. There's no time for this now, though I'm sure Mother will deal with you later. I'll go summon her. You do that. Open up, I won't repeat myself. Mother. Sophia, don't stand like that. Open the door, let this noisy man in. Yes, Mother. Ah, Captain, what brings you here this time of the night? Spare me these false pleasantries. You know I'm here. Where is she? Very well, Sophia, get Cinders here right away. Yes, Mother. Be quick about it, child. Captain, would you fancy some wine while we wait for my lazy stepdaughter? Don't push it. You know this is not a courtesy visit. I'm afraid a lot is going to change here tonight. I brought Cinders. Good evening, Captain. What a surprise to see you here. I shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Were you present at the grand ball tonight? Now answer me honestly. Cinders? Yes, I was, Captain. But I'm afraid I must arrest you. What? What for? Bloody! I can't believe it, but why? She did nothing wrong. Attendance without a proper formal invitation is a serious breach of security and is considered as action endangering the prince. Well, attendance without a genuine invitation. Cinders, how could you have done such a thing? But I haven't done anything to endanger the prince. Surely you must take that into consideration when you decide my case. I don't know what your reasons were, but that is to come out during questioning. Royal justice has never been known for a soft approach to traitors, my dear. This is weird. Last time if you go after the prince, then when he comes to pick you up, he takes you over to the prince and you guys get married. But I guess this time, because you're not going to be with the prince, Then you gotta be arrested? That's cray-cray. I wonder if Lady Rose has something to do with it. I mean, on a side note, you guys can figure this out on your own when you play, but her invitation wasn't real either. She forged an invitation to get her and her daughters there, so... Lady Carmosa, please refrain from commenting. I would like to make this as easy as possible for everyone. Very well. Girls, let this man do his duty. I wasn't saying anything, you old hag. But, Cinders, why did you do it? Breaking the law doesn't sound quite like you. I guess it's too late to wonder about that now, isn't it, Captain? I never quite understood her, and now she has simply crossed the line. If you must take her, take her. Know that this house respects the royal law. Cinders, I'm going to arrest you now. Don't do anything stupid. I'll escort you from here and make sure everything is as it should be. You'll be fine, I promise. You are very kind, Captain, but there's no need for that. She is accustomed to hard treatment, so she'll manage. Let us not forget she did endanger the prince. What a bee. Yes, I can see what one may or may not be accustomed to here. Would anyone else like to try to tell me how to do my job? Good. Cinders, are you ready? How can I be ready for my own arrest? But yes, do what you must. I get the feeling you might be the lucky one, Cinders, actually breaking free from all this family business. If the guard asks you whether you're ready to be arrested, I will trade places with you. Sophia? Can we go now, Captain? In the name of the prince, I'm arresting you. Now follow me. Good night, ladies. Captain? What's going to happen to her? It was so rash of her to break the law. Gloria, you are officially a cliché idiot. Besides, wasn't all that unusual? Yeah, I think that might have been Madame Guide, now that I think about it. She might have asked her a favor to help her get out of there. So I guess that's it. Do you know what to do next? What? Do you know what to do next? What do you mean? I'm free? Of course, I was supposed to escort you to the crossroads safely. From here you can travel. From here on, you can travel wherever you want. You seem surprised. Of course I'm surprised. Just a short while ago you were arresting me. I'm not being arrested, am I? No, you're not. Did you honestly think that I would arrest you? I've had my doubts. Something to do with your thumping against my door in the middle of the night, yelling something in the name of the prince. My duty ended when the bell struck midnight. I'm not arresting anyone in His Highness' name anymore. I'm so sorry. Don't be. You are free to go anywhere you want and follow your dreams. That is a good reason for joy. Is it? However, it doesn't show, because I was terrified out of my mind a few minutes ago. That actually worked to your advantage. Your terror made the rest look much more genuine. That's true, but I don't think anyone realized you were doing it for my benefit. Why are you helping me? Don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful. It's just quite unexpected. Our mutual friend seemed rather insistent in that matter. You mean... I don't know how, but you have won Madame Guide over. She was quite intent on arranging your escape precisely. Oh, it does make sense, but I'm surprised he agreed. Weren't you big on law and order? She is one person I can't say no to. I owe her way too much to refuse, even if the request did sound weird at best. Besides, what is law if it serves to make someone innocent unhappy? So I've heard you expected someone. What do you mean? From what I understand, someone wants to meet you here. Not escaping to travel alone, are you? No need to worry. There is a brave and witty young man joining me in my journey. Knight to attract the lady, that is only proper. A merchant, to be precise. That was my heart's choice, and I must say that I can't imagine a knight to be a better companion for me. Oh yes, the times are truly changing. Good to know at least the romance stayed the same. Young lovers escaping by the cover of the night. Yes, that romance fairy tale is what I chose to live by. You should try it sometime. I assure you it feels wonderful. Maybe some other day I will. I wish you luck, fair maiden. May fate smile upon you both. Good luck, Captain. Thank you again for your help. Cinders? I'm here. Hello, Cinders. Oh, let me greet you properly. I didn't quite get that. Could you repeat what you mumbled in your greeting? You do realize we're in the middle of a dangerous forest on a cold night. Who cares about the surroundings as long as I'm with you? Ooh! A still can't believe you're about to throw everything away to escape with me. I don't either. So how about not leaving any time for doubts? Are you ready? Don't need to be ready, I'm happy. Actually, for the first time in years I don't fear or feel regret. All I feel is bliss. I'll be happy to go wherever the road takes us. I can't promise you it's going to be an easy road, or even that the place it ends at smells good. It probably doesn't, but I'm glad I'll be there with you. Me too. I always wanted to have some smelly adventures. Fine, that I can promise to provide. Even if it comes to that, this is the life of my dreams, you know. We're free. We can experience whatever we choose and pick a life that suits us. We have each other, for good and bad. Shall we? After you, always. Aww. Okay, I think the story ended, so let's see what the outcome is going to be like. Okay, first we look at this part, and then they tell us, I think, what happens. It's you. What do you want? Charming as usual, love. Never big on those social niceties. Guess I can't blame. What do you want? Me? Oh, you know me. I want nothing. I have everything I need, except some information about that pet project of yours, maybe. Listen to me, old man. I have no time to play your games. Ask me and be gone. The girl, love. Little bird who wanted to fly free from the cage. Her? She is none of your business. I'd advise you to stay away from her. None of my business, even after the small if not crucial part I played in her personal drama. Even you must admit that I was a bloody good supportive actor, eh? That's supporting, and yes, you had your part in all of this. Alright, it doesn't really matter now anyway. If you must know all is going well, I'll keep the word I gave to Cinders' mother and help her achieve the goal she chose for herself. Will you, love? That's a tad unlike the Gate I remember. Bending the scow's path according to your own, and playing her like she was your doll. Weren't you always the one with a mouthful of those nice words like independence? Not so big on practicing what you preach, though. Oh well, methinks it must be difficult to let people make up their own mind when there's so little time. You were in a hurry to run as usual, eh, Geed? I can see what you're trying to do here, and it isn't working. I helped the girl with making her own decision. It's hers, and as will be the consequences. Haha, some achievement that is. The girl's born pretty as picture, smart as a demon, and protected by her friends, her mother maid, and bound by a dying wish. Now that's a mighty fine start for being independent and making one's own decisions. Bitterness takes the better of you, old man. That it does, madam, that it does. Guess freedom ain't what it used to be, eh, love? Cinders broke from her stepmother's clutches and paved a new path for herself. Now she truly is free to do whatever she wishes with the rest of her life. In my book, that's a success, love. Nah, you don't really believe she can keep up that stout pose for long now, do you, love? We both know what will happen when all her crutches leave her. No Akamosa to blame and no mysterious friend to look up to. Bird will get swept in the wind. But you fulfilled the promise given to her mother, so your conscience is free. Be gone, Snake. I've had enough of your chatter. Ooh, careful now, love. You don't make the same impression when your voice is all shaky. I must have hit a soft spot under this pretty armor, eh? I need to pack. I'll be leaving soon. Now let me be. Yes, run. Show us the strong and independent spirit you really are. You'll run out of cities one day. Well, let's see what happens. What does that mean for us? Ending. Finding happiness and freedom in her own birthplace was not meant to be for Cinders. Sick of her life in her stepmother's game, she decided that the only way to find peace is to escape the town and start her life over. Though her travels don't spare her hardships, she finds a sense of her newly found freedom invigorating and is ready to take whatever life throws at her. At least she's not alone. She convinced Tobias the merchant to sell his store and accompany her in this new life. They settle in a town at the edge of the kingdom. Thanks to Tobias' money and Cinders' wits, they manage to live an honest and peaceful life as merchants. It may not be the life of adventure she knew from her books, but she's happy nonetheless. She thinks of her old family sometimes, but receives no news about their circumstances. She can't help but wonder what happened to Lady Carmosa and her daughters. These moments of nostalgia quickly pass though when she realizes that she lives a new life now, when that would be possible if she decided to stay. Aww, that's sweet! I mean, it is a little sad. No prince and no, family. But that's okay, you know? Sometimes you don't need all that. So it was nice that she went to Tobias and had a good time. But yeah, totally, you guys need to buy the game yourself. I'm gonna have, you know, all the links and all that stuff in the comment or in the description and everything, so don't worry. But yeah, like totally, buy the game, play it, choose your path. If you choose the prince path, that's usually pretty fun. I haven't chosen the path of Peralt yet, but this path of Tobias is cute. But again, like we don't really get to know about her family and stuff, so it makes me a little sad. But anyway, the game's over. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Happy. Aren't you happy? Okay. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Blue Mercury is signing out, besties. Peace out.